She just had a bath. She's not too happy. Cokie, say hi. Chihuahuas. Cheers to me. Hello bitch, welcome to my channel. Today's video is my eyeshadow palette collection. As you can see, we got a whole retro vibe going on here today. We gonna continue with that theme. Being a little classy, drinking my sparkling rosé. Oh shit. Today's video, I've seen this going around YouTube. I just tagged myself. I ain't got no YouTube friends yet, but I play nice. I play nice if you wanna link up. Anyway, today's video is the eyeshadow palette tag where I show you my eyeshadow palette collection. Let's get started. My favorite palette from my favorite brands. If you know me, I don't really like color like that, but lately I've been branching out a little bit. This is one of my favorite brands for eyeshadow because their packaging is just... This is the Venus XL2 by Lime Crime. Oh my god, look at her. Look at her with her Beetlejuice hair and her septum nose ring. Oh, this is a whole vibe. This is a whole vibe right here. So I'm gonna take you inside this beauty. Ooh. Oh my goodness, do you see this? Do you see these colors? Y'all gonna be surprised by this one right here, especially if you know me. You know my favorite color is black. Everything black. So this is my most colorful palette, and it looks like what the leprechaun's chasing at the ends of the rainbow. Do you see this? I don't know why I bought this. You can tell that it's never been used. Like, I might have to force myself to do a tutorial using this palette. Honestly, this palette looked like a unicorn vomited all over it. Okay guys, the oldest palette in my collection, because I'm a gypsy and I move a lot. Well, I love this brand because it kind of fits the theme today. And I love this brand because I am obsessed with their packaging. This is the Balm Cosmetics. You can't find this unless you buy it used. It's the Balm Sai. I love this palette. Oh my god. You can see this palette's gotten a lot of love over the years. My everyday palette depends on the mood, the time, and everything. The first one I love. This is my first palette from Voss, and I love their formulas. I'm obsessed now. I have another one. It's like all reds and beiges, and this is the Voss Essentials palette. And this is what it looks like. Ooh. See, it's kind of colorful. Like, this is as colorful as I get. I mean, some people I could see this being like intimidating, but I promise you, I've gotten a lot of looks out this baby. My other everyday palette, I swear, like when I seen them releasing this palette, I literally creamed my pants. This is the Venus Immortalis palette. Again, Lime Crime kills it with the packaging. Like, I would buy this just for the packaging, even if the products were trash. The reason why I'm obsessed with this palette, it's a cool tone palette. It's so hard to find cool tone palettes. Everyone does the warmer shades. Lime Crime, you did your thing, okay? If you want to send some PR over, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this because this palette was hyped up. They did like a second palette off this palette, and then they did mini palettes off this palette. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. This is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. I think this is highly overrated. I am not a fan of this formula at all. Like, it looks very appealing, but honestly, like, I found this hard to work with. I just my smallest palette, I have a couple of these by Natasha Denona, but I already showed you the Lila palette in my last video. So this one is the Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette, and this is some Blade of Wine. Do you see that? Oh my god, I love Natasha Denona's formulas. She's very, very expensive. So if you really want to try out her formulas, I would suggest getting mini. I live for this olive tone. It's like the business. Anyway, my most affordable palette is this little one right here. This is by Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian palette, and she's pretty. Look how tiny. This is a good travel palette too. And this is for you neutral bays. This is my biggest palette. And I'm obsessed with purple. It's one of my favorite colors. So that's probably why I bought this. But here she is. And the first time I used this, Coco decided to jump on the bed and leave her mark forever. So every time I open this, I think of my dog trying to eat my eyeshadow. My collector's palette, I don't know. Yeah, there's two actually. One is on my eyes right now. It's the Jeffree Star Conspiracy palette. I don't know if some of you would consider it a collector's palette, but I kind of do because they did that whole docu-series to promote it, and we like were a part of the whole process, and I was gonna buy it before I even seen the shades because it's Jeffree and Shane. But I love this palette. Look at this packaging. I know Jeffree gets a lot of hate, but girl, I love you. And I wanted to do, oh god, I wanted to do kind of a neutral eye look and not use like the boldest shades in here, just to show the versatility of this palette. So if you're really not into brights, this might be a little intimidating at first, but I want to show you the shades I use. After I primed my lid, I used the shade My Pills to set it down, and then I used Tanacon as a transition shade, and then I deepened it with Diet Root Beer. And then the other shade I used in here on my lid was What's the Tea right here. You can see that's very loved. And did I use anything else in here? Oh, I put ranch on top. I put ranch on top of What's the Tea. But this is what we have. The other collector's palette I have technically is, and I was really hyped for this when it came out, was the Ilia Collection by MAC. And this is her. Oh, she's so little and cute. We have some neutral shades. I think it's a good little palette to have, like for travel, whatever. You could get some good looks out of it. The formula is not bad. I just kind of don't understand why MAC makes a collection for every movie that comes out. The only other collection I was somewhat interested was the Selena one. It's an underrated palette for me. I kind of went this route. I know I said I didn't like BH Cosmetics. Now I have to eat my words. I really like this palette. The only place that I could link it down in the description for you is at Kohl's. And this is It's My Raye palette by BH Cosmetics. And I picked this palette because I think it's highly underrated, because not only is there eyeshadow in here, and the shades are like very pretty. You see those? You got neutrals and some darks. You know, I'm all about the darkness. And then also you have a contour palette as well. Contour shade. Jesus Christ. I have a hard time finding contour shade. And they're more cool tones here. This definitely would never use as a contour shade, because unless girl. This is my favorite one to talk about, guys. This palette is my favorite palette with the memory. This is the Too Faced Love palette, and the memory associated with this palette is how many years ago? I want to say 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I went to see Chocolate Daddy in California. And we went to Wine Country. And this is the palette I took with me. And this palette is beat up. This palette hit. This palette been through some things. This palette on its last leg. I'm trying not to tilt it too much because it's gonna bust up everywhere. But you could see mostly neutrals and stuff. But it was like a good, solid palette to travel with. Probably shouldn't have. That's probably why half of it's falling out. But it was just a quick, easy eye look. And it reminds me of when I was at the vineyard drinking that Turkish wine that tastes like melon tea, sitting on Chocolate Daddy's lap like I was gonna tell him what I wanted for Christmas.
Oops.
Is it really one of my videos if I don't mess with my wig a little bit? Well, if you darlings are interested in this beauty right here, I'll link it down below. And honestly, this wig gonna be in my Amazon favorites video. Wow, coming soon. You see Coco styling on you. She got outfits on deck. I drink a sparkling because we a little bougie over here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, girl. It's leopard. Does it remind you of Tiger King? I think Carol Baskins murdered her husband. She knows a little bit too much about some sardine oil. You see my bottle cork? If you know me, you know I love creepy dead shit.